actually. My question is about the dependency courts and then mental health courts. Now, can a judge say, instead of just going to dependency court, can he kick it into mental health court if one of the parents is not mentally fit, or does it have to go through the dependency court process first?
Generally speaking, it has to go
To go through the dependency court process first?
Generally speaking, it has to go through the dependency court because the case isn't about the parent. The case is about the child. And in your example, the child didn't have that mental handicap.
Right. No, the children are fine. It's one of the parents that is not, mentally fit, and I don't know if it's not understanding orders. I don't, but
no, the case would stay with the juvenile dependency court, and the county or the social worker would offer services to that parent to try to help alleviate, that mental or emotional or psychological handicap that they may be suffering from. So the bottom line is, no mental court. Aaron, did we lose you? We might have lost her. We're coming towards the end of the hour. Let's take a call from Ashley from Washington. Ashley, I think you got disconnected earlier.
Yes, I did. Sorry about that, sir.
That's all right.
I've called to you before. I'm a Canadian citizen. I'm an immigrant here, a legal immigrant. I went through all your immigration process to be a legal immigrant here. I have been fighting DCYF in Arlington since 2019. Two of my older children were removed out of the system and they were placed with their fathers, so they're no longer under dependency. But now I have 3 children under the age of, let's say, 3 that are still in dependency. 2 of them have been in dependency since 2019. And then I gave birth in 2020 to my youngest son, and all of my children are Canadians, have Canadian mother, Canadian father. We've fought tirelessly for my 2 ones that are still under dependency. I'm going to court on June 22nd, I believe, coming up soon, to decide whether they're going to put my son, my newest baby, that they took right from the hospital, had no allegations, no nothing. They took him right off the boob from the hospital, same like they did with my son Cannon, which you're aware of. And so now we're trying to decide whether they're going to put him into dependency. I fought not doing the services because I felt I didn't do anything wrong, and I didn't feel like I should have to be forced into something that I didn't do something wrong. So I finally toughed it out, sucked it up, and swallowed my pride and went and did my services that CPS was requiring me to do. I did the neuropsych eval. I spent 3 days in doing this neuropsych eval. I did a parenting class, which I had no help from any of the state attorneys, from none of anybody. Nobody would help me. This was all through while COVID was going on. So I found my services myself, and I put those into court. And now the issue I'm having now is I'm complying with the court. The CPS worker is refusing to say that I'm complying in the court. I've gone through attorney after attorney. I finally got a male one, and I've noticed a big change from the attorneys that I've had prior with my other children to this attorney now. It seems the more you have a male attorney in the courts out here, the more likely they're going to do something to side with the mom. My children have openly, like, I've gone to all my visits. I've done everything that I'm supposed to be doing. I've had CPS workers telling me that your children love you. They're not afraid of you. They, you know what, you're doing a wonderful job. Good job, Ashley. Way to go. I've actually just recently, this is new to my case that I wanted to bring to your attention. I've had two CPS workers while in DCYF building physically assault me. They're under investigation right now. I luckily have been moved out of DCYF to do my visits, and ever since I've been moved out of DCYF, it seems like my case has gone a lot smoother because I've had other people outside of the DCYF agency underfoot watching me every moment of every day, and all of a sudden now my court hearings are going better. I'm having more rights in the court, and it never was like that before. Now I'm being told that my son, Chan, my youngest baby that was born, he's 8 months old, is coming home in June.
Well, that's good news.
But I'm being told that I can have my son, my baby can come home in June, but I'm being told that my two toddlers, which I have supervised visits with my toddlers, which makes no sense to me, and then my 8-month-old, I have unsupervised visits, and he's only 8 months old, yet I'm supposedly this terrible mother, and that I can't have my toddlers home, but I can have my 8-month-old home. How is that even legitimate?
Right. I always come up with that argument myself. If you're a danger to one child, how could, or if you're not a danger to one child, how could you be a danger or a risk to the other children? And in your case, it's almost the absurd. They're going to give you the youngest child. Why can't you have the two toddlers? But what I would do is I would definitely talk to my attorney there in Washington, and I would come up with a strategy. I'm just talking off the top of my head because I haven't reviewed your file, but take the child that they're going to give you and then use that to prove that you should get back the toddlers.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me, and that was my question is for you, is how do they be able to say that I'm a danger to my other children? And even what's worse than that for me is one of my children, he's almost 3. He'll be 3 in August. He was born at 25 weeks premature. He's got cerebral palsy. I've been left alone with him on numerous occasions in my visits. I've had
2 minutes.
Supervisors say, Ashley, we have no concerns with you whatsoever. You know what? You're wonderful to him. I've been able to see him in the hospital because just recently he's had medical issues where he's had to have like 5 surgeries in less than a week.
Well, hold on, Ashley. Hold on, Ashley, because we're going on in a whole different direction, and we're running out of time for the night. But if you want to give me a call at 888-888-6582, we can go more in depth about your case. And
I would like to speak to you because, like I said, this whole case has been totally nuts to me. I just don't understand.
888-888-6582. Ashley, I want to thank you for calling and thank you for listening. Folks, we've come to the end of our show. Check out my website, fightchildprotectiveservices.com. Check me out on YouTube, Vincent W. Davis, attorney. And, if you call my office and ask for a copy of my book, the same title as the radio show, The Secret, How to Fight CPS and Win, we can send you either a hard copy or a digital copy out to you. And that's all I wanted to say, and we'll see you next week on the radio.